season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Jones looking to throw it on the first play.
They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. 30, 10, touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, his 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Giants are on the board first here this afternoon.
Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
That'll be caught. Rager with it.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Cousins to throw it.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
Throwing, Cousins. And he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. And the top part, catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 22 carries, 103 in the yardage department. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins. Yeah, he's got it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball to cross the plane.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Kirk Cousins scoring on the sneak from a yard out.
And the Vikings respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Joseph connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7.
So that drive in total 8 plays, and it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6.
Each team's had it, each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
And tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Throwing on second and long. Jones. Looking for his receiver sharp, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Chandon Sullivan. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the ball on the way. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew's got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that number 1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that number 1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game.
Touchdown, Vikings! Jalen Reagor from 10 yards out.
And the Vikings have taken the lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that makes the score 14-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And the drive was polished off on the touchdown catch by Jalen Reagor. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front.
He's got a man complete. The 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Kenny Galladay,
78 yards.
and the Giants are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Extra point try good by Gano, and we are tied at 14. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
We'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And this across the 45. Game there at 21 yards. They go play action. Cousins.
That is caught by Thielen. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Give to Cook out of the gun. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year as they have taken the lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word, if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Joseph connects on the extra point,
and the lead is now 21-14.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line.
And New York set to take the field.
Offense running back out here, and you remember last drive was pretty quick, about 10 seconds, Charles. One play, very long pass play that ended in the end zone.
And you know every offensive unit, when that happens, they want to come running back out and recreate it. We know the chances of that are slim because now the defense is on high alert. But at the same time, that confidence should carry over into the start of their next drive.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Now Jones. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. We are in for a good one as we're through one. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter. As they've got it with second down and less than a yard.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Throwing Jones. Eluding the pressure right. His throw incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try to get those yards a safer way.
Jones. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the football as he gets this out past the 20-yard line.
I think this one went around very simply because he estimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had. Right. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. And he'll find some space up to about the 25.
56 yards on the ground for him so far. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
So on fourth down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
Jones throw into the hands of Ferkser here.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Got a man, that's Richie James. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is taken in at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Barkley, no signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1.
So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. They'll give it to him again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. Here's Barkley. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. How about that stand defensively? The sticks were moving against them. First down after first down was being piled up. They had driven all the way down the field. And then they ran into a wall on 3rd and goal. Nice job regrouping. Very impressive.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. With the football going back to the Vikings offense.
And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simple.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
They juked him. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Back to throw. Jones.
It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On second and goal, Jones. To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flushed, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Gano's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here first and 10. Dancing to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter.
Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 15. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line.
Dexter Lawrence that time in on the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On second and 9, Cousins.
And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. First and 10 at the 49-yard line. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Now Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. Jones and the Giants now with a first and 10 at the 20. come out throwing here to start the drive.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Barkley, toss play left. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones to the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They start the drive with Cook. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Hauled in over the middle by Rager. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for him, too.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, Cook. And this will be a Vikings 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, they certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
Cook up the gut. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39.
93 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run it again with Cook. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
Following a good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Dalvin Cook,
His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game.
and the Vikings go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. So an important drive for them there. They're not home, but momentum, Charles, definitely in their favor now.
And I like the point you just made. They're not home yet, but a 1-point game, and if you kick the extra point, make it an 8-point game. Only one score, but you're right. Momentum definitely in their favor right now.
So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt. Cousins will try and throw. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they got to feel much better about where they are.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
And the Giants ready to come out now.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Meanwhile, Jones' throw here pulled in by Galladay.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Throwing again on second down. Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Jones to Galladay there for a Giant first. Barkley, inside handoff. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Jones now throwing on 1st down, escaping the pressure right. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jones.
He's got the tight end Furtzer right side complete.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Back to throw again.
Man open,
Touchdown, Giants.
Kadarius Toney.
30 yards.
And the Giants have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Gano the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. With that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Here's Cook again.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted.
Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Vikings have just about sealed up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down. Needed a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory.